For you as a master of the blues, uh, how do you set out to explore even unknown areas for you?
Well, practice is something that we think is something you should do daily anyway, because I'm lazy and I don't. But generally, you kind of think. For example, I know that the North Sea Jazz Festival, people used to hearing various types of music. So when I come out, I try to do the best that I can do of my kind of music. I like jazz too. I like blues naturally because I play it all the time. But country, gospel, I like some of all of it. And I think that quite a bit of it is rooted into the blues. Some people don't like to say it, but it's true.
I talked to Linda Hopkins yesterday, and she said that for her there was a constant battle between what was first place for her, the blues or the gospel.
Well, there is not a battle in my life between gospel and blues because I like them both. And I started out as a gospel singer, and I'm sure that Linda did as well. But blues is my occupation. That's what I do to make a living. It's what I've done for over 50 years. But I'm a believer, of course. I believe in God, and I believe in the many, many things that the universe has done for us. That's in here. But there's still a little room for blues in there, too.
One of the things you are famous for, besides your artistic repertoire, is the fact that you are on the road almost all the time. Maybe it's good to ask you, is there a difference in audience in various parts of Europe or on a larger scale over the world? Do you feel that audience respond differently to your story?
Well, overall, audiences are practically the same everywhere. If you play in Europe, Asia, USA, wherever you might be. But from night to night, your audience is different. You can play the first concert tonight and come back and play to those same people an hour or two later, and your reaction is different. That's always. Now, when I say different, it can either be better or worse. So you always gotta have a difference in the audience. It doesn't have to be a change of venue. The same venue can be the same. With me, it is. But I don't know. Today, overall, audiences are practically the same everywhere I go, any parts of the world. And I've played 88 different countries around the world, and the people are people. They like good music. They like to be entertained. They like to be a part of it. And if you entertain them and let them help you be a part of it, they seem to enjoy it.
For a lot of people, the blues is, in a somewhat cliche manner, associated with sadness, but what I experience when I go to blues festivals, for instance, that there's an incredible amount of joy and happiness around, and playfulness.
Well, I think there are sadness in all kind of music. I'm trying to remember. There's a sonata. I can't think of it, the title of it at this time, but it sounds very blue to us, and it's supposed to be a very happy sonata. So blues is no difference really. But in the early days, the days of the origin of blues, slavery, the slaves were singing about they was being sold, families was being sold, some of the people out of the family being sold, and they were sad about it. And I was told and taught that many times they sang because they had been taught that Christianity kept everything together and the people together. And when they would sing gospel, some of them found there was no difference. They was being sold anyway. So a lot of them started to amuse themselves, and when they did, that's the origin of the blues. singing about their own feelings, and whatever they was taught, they said, well, forget it, because we're being sold anyway. And some of them got so good at it till even the slaves enjoyed hearing them. I'm one of those disciples.
My last question, Mr. King. What is for you the characteristics of a good melody?
Something that seems to stay with you. Sometimes you wake up mornings and you go to wash your face and you still hear this something in your head. You walk out and all of a sudden you're whistling. Something that stays with you. That's a good melody. That haunts you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.